What's up, guys? So, I had a break for a minute. Trying to get out of this heat for a little while. But yeah, figured we'd do a rundown on this is my PRS rifle that I've mentioned before. Yeah, just figure this is one of the guns I hadn't shown yet, and figure I would show you and do a rundown. Well, kind of what it is, what all's in it. Yeah, go from there. All right, so as always, we'll start up here at the front. So at the front, I do have a Area 419 Maverick Gen 2. This is the 6.5 size. It's the shorter length. It's not the two-stage, it's the single stage. And I do have the brake on here because I shoot PRS, so I want the benefits of a suppressor and a brake combo, and this tremendously helps out over just a traditional brake, because I just couldn't put up with a concussion for that long. Give me too bad of a headache. So yep, barrel. This is a Bartlein. It's a 1-in-7 twist, which at the time when I built this was a little bit faster, or a little bit faster twist than what most people are shooting, because most people that shoot, some 6mm variant, which is a 6GT, but some 6mm variant were shooting 1-in-7.5 twist. I couldn't really find anything in stock at the time when I built this rifle. I did find this 1-in-7, and it was a Bartlein, and it was a blank. So I went ahead and did that. Kind of glad that I did, because since I built this rifle, the new craze that has come out are the Berger, the 120s, and I'm shooting 109s currently, but the 120s have now come out with a pretty phenomenal ballistic coefficient. But the heavier bullet requires a faster twist, and luckily I kind of future-proofed myself when I did 1-7, because I should be able to get some really good stability out of the new 120s whenever I make the jump to go to those. But for right now, we're shooting Berger 109s. So for my bipod, I do have a MDT Skypod on here. This is the lightweight variant, which I hadn't seen too many people run. When I originally bought this bipod, it was not for PRS. It was to go on my LMT DMR. So I wanted to keep it lightweight, which is why I got this bipod. But they are phenomenal bipods. So just to deploy the legs, I mean, that's a simple clicks. So yeah, quick adjust. It cants, which it can. That's going to help you out, especially like in PRS when you're trying to really trying to keep your gun level. It does swivel. I don't use the swivel portion. I don't think hardly anybody that I've seen uses the swivel portion. So this one's tightened down pretty good so it doesn't swivel. Chassis. So I have a MPA Masterpiece Arms. This is a Vanquish chassis. Had to get it. I believe they call it Marine Red. But yeah, if you can't tell, I'm a red and black connoisseur. So you can pretty much bet anything that I have is going to have some kind of red and black, generally speaking. Trucks red and black, rifles red and black. Majority of clothes red and black. I'm a red and black guy. Yeah, so minute ago, or the barrel, since I covered the barrel blank, and I've mentioned this before, but this particular barrel was chambered 6GT by Hammer Rifles out of Lyons, Georgia. Brett does a phenomenal job. He also Cerakoted barrel. So yeah, that's who chambered my rifle. The action that I have in this gun is a Impact 737. By the way, we haven't covered this, but no magazine, and there's not a round in the chamber, so yeah. 737 action. As far as impacts go, you can just look on the internet at what people think about impacts and how popular they are. So yeah, went with that. I have a Trigger Tech rough diamond in this one, set to about a pound. The reason, now I also have a traditional Trigger Tech Diamond, not the rough diamond, but the diamond. I don't use it yet because I've heard people in the past having issues with impacts and Trigger Tech diamonds. I have never had any issues out of the rough diamond, which really and truly supposedly that's why the rough diamond was actually made, is to address that issue. But yeah, so far I have zero issues with Trigger at all. Scope mount is a Area 419. This is a tactical mount, and man, I'm just telling you, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Anything made by Area 419 that I have come across so far has been absolutely phenomenal. It's got all the way down to the details of which, I don't know if you can see it engraved in here or not, but which mount or which torque points to torque, what order. I mean, it's, it lists the torque values. It's just, yeah, they do the really small detail stuff exceptionally well. So couldn't be any happier with that. Yeah, I don't, so for scope rings, I have and I haven't. So on other rifles, I have used like blue Loctite. I have not used that on these. These, once I torque them down, then I have red match mark paint, essentially with a paint pen. And if you haven't seen these rings, they have little dowels that whenever you put the scope cap on, I mean, they're a extreme precision fit. I mean, it prevents prevents some wonky things from happening whenever you go to mount your scope and torque it down. So my main optic on this rifle, and a lot of people are like, good Lord, what size of scope you got? I mean, honestly guys, like this whole tube section right here, that's really just a sunshade. I mean, it doesn't have any glass in this. Don't let the length of the scope kind of fool you. But I do have a ZCO 527 on this, so 5 to 27, 36 millimeter tube. Just you can look up if you had. I honestly, before I got in PRS, I'd never even heard of Zero Compromise, and once I did a little bit of research, greatly was able to figure out that they make a extremely premium optic, and it's every bit as advertised to me. Now I've got a Night Force attacker, so I at least have on my other rifle, I at least have some context of pretty good scope. This one's very good. I've been extremely happy with it. This is the non-locking turret version, and I will do this, and people that aren't used to PRS or aren't used to, first focal plane scopes, it'll start making them uncomfortable. But yeah, this is the non-locking version, like I said, and I do have some turret tape on here, so if you don't really understand what turret tape's for, what it is, so the white tape that you see on here doesn't normally come with the optic. It's just a little $12 essentially piece of 3M, like in a dry erase board adhesive, and you just put it around it matches up perfectly. So they make them per whatever scope you're using, and you just match it up where your notches are, and you can kind of see on the very bottom of that, the very bottom maybe, where I lined them up at. But yeah, so the idea is that when you're shooting PRS and you're shooting different distances at a stage, so let's say you got plates that range from 600 yards to 1,000 yards, so it's going to be a pretty good different amount of dope that you're wanting to put in for your elevation. Well, with turret tape, and I wish I'd have brought my dry erase boards, but you essentially just use your Kestrel, your 104 off, whatever your AB, whatever you're using to get your ballistic, whatever you're using for your ballistics, and you can, let's say my number at 600 yards is, I don't know, 3.5. Okay, so I'll take a Sharpie of a certain color and mark where the 3.5 is. Another color for where 700 yards is, another color where 800 yards, whatever my distances are at that stage. And then while I'm shooting, in the course of an engagement, after I engaged my first target, whatever distance was, and I would turn to where, I might have my 3.5 dialed in. Then I would engage those targets, and then I'd turn to where I would have my 600, 700, whatever it may be. So it just makes it, and you can use different dry erase markers, so it really makes it easy to see or to dial in elevation changes when they differ at different stages. You can hold or you can dial. If you're gonna go probably from a hefty portion difference in a stage, then you're probably going to be dialing at that point, not holding. But I digress. I also have the little diving board. I didn't use that because it makes this little red dot set up too high. This is just the little plate that essentially came with my tactical mount from Area 419. So the reason I have a red dot on here is, not everybody uses them. A fair bit of people do use them, but essentially whenever you're setting your rifle and trying to get your natural point of aim at a target, you want to set the rifle down and line it up with your eye line level. So essentially you have to barely do any movements or input. Get as close as you can possibly get with a rough estimate whenever you lay your rifle down on a target. So with this, I'm just looking through the red dot, and I'm going to get pretty close by the time I go from here to right down here to look through my main optic. So yeah, this is just a little primary arms red dot. You don't need anything fancy at all. To me, this has served the purpose well of what I needed it to do. That's basically, my rundown of my rifle and what I've got on it. On my MPA, so on my chassis, one thing that I wish I'd have done that I didn't do, and really it's just a lack of error on me because I wasn't paying attention when I listed everything I wanted on this rifle. I also need to talk about weights. Was I didn't do a folder. Next time I get another chassis, it will be a folder. I wish I'd have done that on this one, just didn't catch it in time. This one does have the lightweight stock, I guess you could say, in it, so it doesn't have like thumb wheels for length of pull changes or cheek riser measurement. It does have like a quick bag deploy in it, but yeah, it's nothing major, just a little creature comfort that I'd like to have if I could do it all over again. I'm kind of iffy on if I like running these or not, but I do have the Tenebrex scope the lens covers on this rifle. I do have the Gray Ops makes a weight kit for like the competition side rails, which is what this has. For this gun, this gun weighs in, I think right now, about 22 pounds. I have taken some of the weight out of it because I've noticed with the lightweight rear end, it's difficult to get the balance point. Like I fight it being too far forward. I don't have any trouble with it being too far forward. So I do have two internal weights from Gray Ops in the bed of the rifle, and I've got these two external weights on the outside. And you can't see it, but I do have an OBI, like a little quick link. So this attaches to an OBI holder that I've essentially got on my backpack, which I'll do a rundown of that on my Eberly stock Upranger. So I can pick my rifle up, set, which I can show it to you right now. But this little piece here, so this will set like on my strap, and it makes toting this rifle much easier versus if you were trying to hand tote it. Because like I said, this one is definitely not the heaviest in the world, because I'll just be honest, I've got really small arms, so I'm trying to move from point to point on a stage with a heavy rifle is a challenge for me. And like I said, that's just a lot of that you can attribute to just starting out in PRS and not having better mechanics about what I'm doing and all. But anyway, so yeah, I do have more weights I can put in here. And now I have like loaded it down with all the weights that I have, and it was, man, I think it was 27 pounds, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. For me, once I start shooting, I don't really have any issues with my gun moving too much. So, yeah, I know the heavier the rifle, the less it should technically recoil. But to me, you're gonna get to a part where just, you know, it gets to be a little too much. So anyway, yeah, especially right now, considering coming back off of surgery, which I'm healed up pretty good now, but I'm not going to load this rifle down in weight with my next shoot being in a little over a month. So yeah, but that is basically my PRS rig and how I've got it set up. And yeah, I mean, whatever y'all would like to see more of or kind of dive into, as far as, I don't care. I mean, whether it's reticle or you know, what does what, kind of a quick and dirty summary of, I don't know, whether it be parallax or whether it be, you know, I don't know, whatever you guys want to see, just let me know and I'll try to do my best. I will not have nearly as much information, or probably can't express it the best way as some seasoned shooters. But with this being just a beginner guide, not guide, but a beginner thing, my intent was to really start off with like not knowing hardly anything and then build up to being a more seasoned shooter and kind of carrying you along that path of what I was going through, what it takes, how long it takes for those skills to develop, and so forth. But yeah, that's my rifle. And if you got any questions about it or anything else you'd like to see on it, just let me know. I will be more than happy to go over anything. So thank y'all for, you know, tuning in again. And like I always say, you know, whenever you got to do something, just have a plan.